Hello, boys and girls. Today we're back as we continue our work with division. We have been learning how to read an equation, how to use multiplication to double check our answer for our division problems. We have talked about division as repeated subtraction, and we have talked about how we can really focus on the language of division to help us understand that it's a division problem and not a multiplication problem. Today I want to focus on actually creating some division stories, some division situations in which you have a couple of things that you would like to organize, and we're going to have the reader of the problem work on developing an equation. So here we go. Today's focus, our objective will be, today we will create and solve different division stories. We're going to have many opportunities to do that today. I'm here to hold your hand and talk a little bit more about a strategy that you will need to be able to construct, to create, to write a division story. Let's look at that. Well, here you go. You're going to need those. You need objects without, You need objects. Without objects, you can't do anything, right? You're going to need some crayons, some dolls, some apples, but you definitely need some objects. We've been doing some collections of things, and you need objects for collections. So certainly important to have objects. The next thing you will need is you certainly need things to place them in. Here we go. No, that one right here. Oh, I'm using the arrow here. Things to place it in. You're going to need a baggie or a box, or maybe there's a sack, un saquito, to put everything in. Okay, so let's give you an example. I was thinking of a student today, and I was thinking about Diego. Diego has a collection, a very large collection of crayons. So the first part of your problem is you let the reader know the subject. In this case, it's Diego. El predicado es que tiene una colección. He has a large collection. The second part of our problem that I want us to work on, so we know that Diego has a large collection of crayons. The second part is to actually tell the reader how much is in the collection and what does he want to do with this collection. So in this case, what are the things that the person who's collecting will place them in? Maybe they're putting it in a baggie. Maybe it's in a box, or perhaps it's inside a sack. So in this case, we have Diego with a large collection of crayons. He has 40 crayons that he wants to divide, compartir, share, put equally in, to 4 baggies. So now we know, 1, he has a collection, subject, predicado, subject is Diego, predicado is he has a large collection of crayons. Now this is the continued part here, the situation. He's got 40 of something, 40 crayons, and he wants to put them in baggies. The next part is now ask your reader the question that you want them to solve. Now we want to know, well, how many crayons, that's our total answer, will go in each baggie. So when I think about this, how many crayons, I'm thinking of the equation. Let's look at the equation here, ecuación, okay. We know that you have how many crayons? He's got 40 crayons. So that's super important to know that he's got 40 crayons. That's the large number that we need to make sure is inside the equation, 40. Okay, the next part is we want to show that this is division, because remember, we are breaking it apart. We have this large group, and now it's one, we're putting them in baggies, adentro bolsitas. So here we have how many baggies? We have 4 baggies. So 40 divided by 4 baggies, okay, or divided into 4 baggies. You have 40 crayons and he wants to put them in 4 baggies, and so they would go in these small baggies. So let's look at, the equation 40 divided by 4, and that's how the reader would begin to solve that situation. Today, boys and girls, you're going to work with your language partners, and with your language partners, make sure as you are working that you are talking and agreeing on first the object and then the container, the thing that's going to go inside, okay? So Creating your division story involves that you have to talk with your language partner, because you want to make sure that you agree on the subject, who is the problem, right? The predicado, what are they doing with this collection, and what is the thing of the collection. In this case, in Diego's problem was crayons, but now you could choose maybe dolls, or maybe cars, or maybe apples. You decide what your object is. I just gave you some suggestions. And then you will work on your division story. So let's do the first one. Remember the first part here, I'm thinking of Camilla, right? She has 12 crayons and she has some cans. She's got 3 cans. They don't tell you how many cans, but don't be so cruel to your readers. Tell them what they have, how many they have. If they have boxes or baggies or sacks, let the reader know exactly the number and then how many would go inside. Okay, so in this case you have 10. So if we look back, maybe it could be 10 dolls and 2 boxes. Okay, so Camilla has 10 dolls. She wants to place them in 2 boxes. How many dolls go in each box? So let's work on, that was my verbal rehearsal. Now I'm actually going to write it. Okay, so Camilla has 10 dolls. She wants to place them into 2 boxes. How many dolls are in each box? See how I have my question at the end? All right, so in this case, we kept the subject and predicate super simple. We just said Camilla has 10 dolls. You can say Camilla has a collection of 10 dolls. That's fine too. She wants to place them into 2 boxes. Remember, it was either a baggie, boxes, or sacks. In this case, the situation to divide is to place them into boxes. And then finally, you must ask the mathematician who is solving this problem a question. How many dolls are in each bag? So good luck, boys and girls. Today we're learning how to write division stories, division situations. Remember, help your reader by giving them a situation that is super clear about the number of objects and what they are going into. Good luck. If you have any questions, you'll be signed up for either Group 1, Group 2, or Group 3, and I look forward to working with you. Great job, boys and girls.